Watch what you say. We are live, sir. Mics are hot.
Index and middle fingers rub against my head to take away the pain that's aching in my brain. Whenever you go away, baby, I'm not the same when you're not with me. This complicating, aggravating, stress-related subject has to change before I go insane. Whenever you go away, baby, I'm not the same when you're not with me.
Who's the Denison?
Nobody's home. There's a light on. Frantic as could be, I ran up to your house to see what I hope not to see. Two silhouettes dancing in the night. She could not do this to me. This must be a dream. I will admit I cannot.
Of course, this is our pre-show, everybody. You know that. This is some music.
Just hanging on the door. Oh, whenever you said goodbye, something caught my eye. That's why I'm here tonight. Running, rushing to your door. To have my last breath.
Oh, this guy!
Shots came rushing to my chest. Smoky barrel blurred your dress. Now I'm gone. But it's falling. This is my eternity. Is this just another dream?
So good. Dan's all dressed up, they're saying.
Come and join us. Let's do this.
Dan's all dressed up. Look at you. Looking all spiffy. Looking all spiffy.
Come and join us. Tell your friends. Let's freaking do this.
You are my brightest firefly. Maybe 'cause you live to change the world for me, and you did. Now all I can see is you're so far above me now.
Nobody around here likes local music. Hey,
Thanks, Al.
I'll give you that one right there for that stupid comment.
This is local music.
At least one more day, one more night with you by my side. I'll be fine.
Dr. Horrible sing-along blog. Is that a real thing? Is he being a dick?
You are my brightest firefly. Maybe 'cause you live to change the world for me, and you did. Now all I can see is you're so far above me now. So far above me now. So far above me now.
How's everybody doing? Thanks for being here. Tell your friends, share this on your page. That's the best way to get it around. Share it on your page, share it with friends. Get more watchers, more folks. It's a musical with Neil Patrick Harris. You've been hanging around with Jared too long, Joshua.
Let's go. We're just pre-showing it.
We got one more from the dentist.
Waiting for you to show up.
Hell yeah.
Let's
We
do
got a
this.
handful.
Come
We got
on,
a
man.
handful. This is good.
You guys stick around. We haven't started yet. We're just fucking around.
We're just starting the pre-show. Oh. Let you experience some local music.
Hope it's better than this. Coffee that you built with your satin lips, getting out of here. Gonna see the stars past the Milky Way. Take it to Mars, take it to Mars. I never really liked you. You were just a filthy.
Tell your friends. Get some Unsung Screamer virgins on here. We want everybody to experience this chaos. Monkey tail stash. All right, kids. Got some stuff to talk about tonight, but right now, local music.
The speed of light and sound. There's no way I am coming down. I never really liked you. You were just a fool. This could never work. It could never work. No matter how far away I go from here, it's never too far. No matter how far away I go from here, it's never gonna be too far. I go from here, it's never too far.
Thanks for joining us. This is pre-show.
It's never gonna be too far away.
From here.
Lovely lady, you broke my heart.
Oh, those of you who shared this, thank you very much. I see that there's some shares. Yay! Yay! Let's do this. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. Just have a good time. Aw. I guess we're going to do one more. Daniel, are we doing one more? I guess so. He's outside. So, yeah, maybe so. The Dennison. That's whose music we're playing.
Hey friend,
Oh, this song. Holy shit, this song.
there's something new with you tonight.
Should we slow dance?
See the battle in your eyes.
Can I help you with?
Put out that cigarette and give me your trembling hands. I won't let you down if you'll come
Yeah, for
down
sure.
and tell me how is it that
I don't know where my glasses are, but these are fine, I guess.
Yeah, I put them there on purpose in case You were cleaning them off before you got
I already
ready.
rolled over him with a chair.
Yeah. Did you really? These?
Check.
We're gonna start the show on a slow song. Okay, cool. Why not?
It's a
right?
good song, though,
It's a
man,
great
about being
song.
friends. This has got so much to do with what we do.
That is true.
Let's just be friends. If you need someone to believe in you, then I do.
That's why we're here. That's why we do Unsung Dreamers. This freaking song was written for that.
I could be the lead singer of a Denison tribute band. I would love that.
I think, yeah. Could he play? Maybe he would play drums, since he plays everything on this album. I don't know what's going on with my hair. I never do. It's getting too big. This song is absolutely the epitome of what we do here. Maybe not so much screamers, but dreamers for sure. The Unsung Dreamers is all about our friends. We're ready to start the show, aren't
Hello,
we?
everybody. Hello, Barb Henzik. Hello, Joshua Poole. Hello.
Yay. You
What?
want to give us an intro, or you want to just go for it?
Oh, does anyone care about us playing the intro? We just played 4 songs in a row.
Okay, fuck it. All right, then we're here.
Hello, Al Hutchins.
Al Hutchins is here. I think I saw my freaking cord. There we
So
go.
good to see you guys, man.
Always good to see y'all. So good.
Believe me, we've had some people tell us like, "Oh my gosh, you've got to keep doing your Thursday show because it's
Mark
like what
Davis, hi.
helps me get through the week."
Right.
And
Bring that over this way.
let me be honest with you.
Hi, Julia.
It helps me get through the week as well.
Yes, it does. It does.
I look forward to seeing you guys. Hopefully every bit as much as you guys look forward to seeing us. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. Hello, Jules. Hello, Mark Davis.
Everybody's
Anyway.
here. We got a lot showing up right now. That's great. Good to see everybody. Chet Smith is there. Hi, Chet. Again,
so good to be
We
seen.
won't call you out unless you comment. If you just want to jump on and lurk, we're not going to call you out. So if you want to comment, we'll call you out. But if not, if you just like to lurk, because I know some of you do, which I'm fine with that. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh gosh.
What in the name of what is going
Kimberly
on?
Adder. Hello, baby.
What's going on?
Yeah, look
there?
at you. Tara is so happy about her coffee
Look at
mugs.
that.
I'll tell you that.
Look at
She has
that.
been wanting coffee mugs ever since the very first day we ever did this.
Yes. I'm so excited
Um,
about these. I mean, it's
Tom Hembry, howdy.
ridiculous. Hi, Tom.
Yeah, so she's excited. We got our Screamers coffee mugs. Go over to our store and buy one.
unsungdreamers.com/shop and you can get yours.
I think they can find it. Probably.
I'm just saying. I'm just giving them help. Just a little help. 'Cause
So we
sometimes-
survived another week.
We did. We
We
did.
survived another week. We're all still here. Hey, you know, one thing I want to start off with, which I just want to remind everybody, like, I don't really think I'm going to say anything,
Hi, Allison.
you know, that you don't already know. What's up, Brian Bencourt? It's good to
Brian's
see
here.
you.
Yay, good to see you.
It's good to see Allison Carson.
Yay.
Mama Paralandra is what
Mama
I call her.
Paralandra, That's right. That's right. Right.
I just, you know, I know this kind of just sounds like, you know, common sense. It kind of sounds like something that's like, duh. But for some reason, I just have a feeling to just make sure and remind you all, okay? Everybody watching, everybody listening, I just want to remind you that Facebook and Twitter are just websites. That's all they are. Like, for some reason, we've all decided that without Facebook, I would die. What would I do without my Facebook
I will
and my Instagram and my Twitter? Hey, guess what? They're all like just websites. That's all they are. That's all they are. You're the one buying into the idea that your life revolves around them.
Right.
But they actually are just websites. They're privately owned. If they just want to kick you out, if they want to put you in Facebook jail, and we just keep like tolerating this, like Oh, we're in Facebook jail. I can't leave any comments for the next 5 days. Guess who's buying into that? You. that it's just a goddamn fucking website. That's all it is. It's a website. What are you actually doing in your actual life? Because I don't really care if you share it on Facebook. You could share it on tons and tons of other websites, or you could actually just not share it on a website at all. You could just live your fucking life and have fun with your kids and eat great food without taking pictures of it. And you could travel all over the world and not tell anyone. That's actually what shit used to be like back in the day. And now we're all fucking, oh, people are ramped up because Twitter is banning people's accounts and Facebook is banning. Guess what? They're just websites that are privately owned. Stop buying into the fucking bullshit. Are you joking on me right now? Like, I could actually live. You know what? I'm not on Twitter. I don't live via Twitter. I don't live via Instagram. I post a couple of bullshit things on Facebook, but that's not how I live my life. I've already got fucking 12 hours of work in today, motherfuckers. And it had nothing to do with Facebook. It's so funny that we've just bought into the idea that like the world is Facebook. Guess what? We have a big announcement.
We do?
Yes, we do.
We do.
Zeppelin versus social media.
There you go. It's Zeppelin versus something.
Tom, I'm going to buy into your bullshit this one time, and I'm going to say Zeppelin is better than social media.
Oh my God.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Woo-hoo.
Because you know what social media is? It's a bunch of rambling on. Boom, 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 boom. 7 outside to sing to my song. Rambling on. Yeah, that's all social media is. It can all go to hell.
I love your lyrics.
You realize you can make the choice right now to just say it can all go to hell.
Yeah.
It can go to hell.
Yeah.
You can actually live your life without Facebook. I know we've kind of gotten a little too conditioned.
We're going to get so shut down.
But listen, yeah, they're probably going to shut my video down, and I'm probably going to go to Facebook jail. And if I go to Facebook jail, then I'm going to go still live my fucking life. Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell jokes, and I'm going to have a great time, and I'm going to listen to great music. And Zuckerberg ain't got no control over me sitting in my own studio listening to Tom T. Hall all night.
That's right. That is so right.
So you ready for the big announcement? Is everybody ready for the big announcement? Gosh.
So before the big announcement, let's let them wait a little bit more. I like this one. Thank you, Barb, for this comment right here. Look at this.
I look forward.
Go ahead.
You're pretty bad at reading.
I'm terrible.
I look forward to the podcast every week. It helps me while I have been recuperating from my heart and back situation since July. This and the Audio Roast podcast have helped so much.
Cheers, Barb. Thank you, honey.
Awesome. Thank you.
I'm so glad we could help. This is great. This is great. Look at this. Look, Joshua.
How are we supposed to interact with our friends? I don't know. Like, hang out with them and talk to them in person.
Write a letter. That still
It's
exists.
nutty. You could actually get a piece of paper and just write a letter. My address is 2253 South Florence, 65807. Listen, send me a letter. Send me a letter.
You just put that out there in the world.
Oh, I guess I did.
Don't worry, we have guns.
Write me a letter. Write me a letter.
Big ass. What's our floor mat?
We have a new floor mat that we got for Christmas. And should I get it?
Go get it. Okay, we got this floor mat for Christmas from Elvis and his girlfriend Ashley, and it's like the best freaking thing ever. For those of you who've been here, you know why this is funny. If you haven't, then you don't understand it. But this is the best, like, doormat. It's for the front door. Look at this. Look, I'll get out of the way. Look at that. A fragile and very sensitive big ass dog lives here, and he does, and he will bite you. He will bite you hard if you come in unannounced. Best doormat ever. Yes, absolutely. Can I crash on the Audio Roast and podcast couch? I don't know. You're asking the wrong podcast. So, Al, I don't know. Maybe you can. Perhaps. I don't know. Could be. Go see a live show. That's what Brian says. Go see a live show. That's how you can interact with your friends.
There's a lot of ways to interact with
Totally.
our friends. We've just actually forgotten about. I used to interact with my friends by just getting on my bike and riding around the neighborhood until I saw one of my friends. And then when I saw one of my friends, we would be like, hey, where do you want to go? And then we would ride our bike somewhere else and we would hang out together. It's real easy. It's not that difficult. I just can't believe that we all are so like freaking the fuck out about Facebook banned Trump's account. So what? So what?
We don't care.
If you're out there and you lean a little right and that's something that pisses you off because it's like freedom of speech, you're the one that bought into Facebook to begin with. Of course we know he doesn't want to have that kind of speech on his website. It's a website. It's a website. That's all it is.
And it's private and he can do what the fuck he wants.
And we've got so many friends that have ended up in Facebook jail in the last 6 months. It's like we keep logging on. People keep coming back from Facebook jail going, I'm back.
Palmer
like,
just got out today. Again,
really?
for like the 5th time.
You're staying on? Like, this isn't just Trump, people. This is like anybody who says anything that Mark Zuckerberg doesn't like, he's going to put you in Facebook jail. And you keep buying into it like Facebook is like the thing. It's actually not the thing. It's not the thing at all. It's not the thing at all. But let's get back on. And we are the ones that are fueling this fucking fire. I am a part of websites right now that are social media friends. You got to set up a profile. You can leave comments. You can leave pictures. You can leave videos. You can do all the same stuff. And it has nothing to do with Facebook. And guess what? Everybody on that site just fucking has a good time and they tell each other how much they love each other. It's fucking great. I'm not going to tell you what it is,
No.
but I'm telling you, it's fucking great. And it has nothing to do with Facebook. Like as if that's the one true God. Oh, Facebook. Listen, in all seriousness, the Unsung Dreamers is probably going to cut the ropes on Facebook soon. We are probably going to travel off of this continent of Facebook.
Big announcement.
So please. Oh, that wasn't actually my big announcement.
That's not the big announcement.
The big announcement still hasn't hit yet.
Okay, all right. Joshua says OnlyFans?
Possibly. Listen.
Anyway.
Please go check out our YouTube channel.
YouTube.
Even though YouTube's a bunch of assholes too, they might be a little less, restrictive and putting us in YouTube jail. I haven't heard of anybody being put in YouTube jail.
Well, the
yet.
president has been banned. But
No,
that's
I
the
know.
president.
I get it.
But
we might at least go try to live there for a minute. We're going to keep doing our live shows here on this Facebook bullshit.
But we're live on
that
YouTube right now as
we're
well.
all buying into. Like Facebook is the fucking god of the universe now. Jesus Christ. It's a goddamn website. That's all it is. It's a website.
Started by a douchebag.
We are all have you guys seen the movie? Zuckerberg's been a douche since he was 18 years old. Are you joking on me right now? Like you're surprised that he doesn't want you to say certain things? You're surprised by that? Are we really surprised?
Right.
He's been a fucking dick since he was 18 years old. And we just keep buying into his shit and making him more and more and more and more and more billions.
Yep.
Fuck that. It's just a goddamn website. I'm sure I'm going to go to Facebook jail here once they have their people watch my video and get all disturbed that I said that Zuckerberg's a fucking dick. And he hates being called a dick. He hates it because he knows
He's
known from the beginning that he's just a piece of shit that stole this idea from the twins. The twins are the ones that had this idea. Zuckerberg stole it because he's a fucking snake. And, here we are. We're all buying into it by the billions and billions and billions. And we are all actually living a life of being stressed out. We are stressed out because Facebook's likes and Facebook's comments and whether or not the Unsung Screamers can have a presence on Facebook. What the fuck? Like, wake up. Like, I don't really care about the politics. I'm just saying we are the ones as the people who have bought into the idea that the entire world runs around Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what's coming is going to be privatized social medias. Tara and I are already working on building a social media site that will just be Unsung Screamers. It'll just be Unsung Dreamers. And we can just have friends around like you guys that always tune in every single week. And we can all leave comments and we can all leave photos and we can all, talk to each other about things that are like fun for us. And we can do it all off of Facebook. It's actually not that hard to do. We're already building that site. It's already in the works. I'm telling you, please start going to our YouTube channel and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you'll be able to stay caught up, because I'm sure I might get put in Facebook fucking jail over this video right here. But in addition to that, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of Facebook. I'm sick of Facebook being the god of the fucking earth right now. I don't really care. We can go somewhere else. And I'm not going to get shut down because of my extreme political stance, because I don't have extreme political stances. But I'll probably get shut down because I just called Mark Zuckerberg a fucking dick. I'm sure I'll get shut down for that. Okay, sure. So I'm going to end up in Facebook jail. The only way you're going to be able to stay caught up with us from here on out is to make sure you stay in contact with our website, unsungdreamers.com, and also go, at least for starters, go subscribe to our YouTube channel so that we can start updating people over there just in case we get shut down over here, because I think Sug's a dick.
And also on unsungdreamers.com, there is on the contact us page, there is a sign up for like newsletter type idea. Just email us so we have your email so we can contact you if whatever happens and we need to contact you guys. We want to be in contact. Of course we do. We want to stay social. We want to be with you, but you can also reach us at unsungdreamers@gmail.com anytime. So please.
Is Al Hutch's, is his comment for real?
What?
This one here, put it up. Did anyone else's feed go black? Weird. Something about misinformation popped up.
Uh-oh.
Man, I really hope you're fucking with me.
Well, I'm looking at it over here and I don't see that. So he's probably just fucking with you. But I want to also go to the comments for a second.
I can see it happening.
And look at this. Look at this. Yeah, Christy says no. But I want to look at this. So you're talking about like you're talking about getting shut down for political views or calling Zuckerberg a dick or whatever and being censored and all this shit. And Christy says this, yet I still get unsolicited dick pics through Facebook Messenger. Exactly. They don't give a shit about that. It's just what fits their agenda or whatever that they want to shut it down. So anywho, anyway, yes, Christy, I understand. I'm with you on that.
So anyway, just from moving forward, just make sure you stay in close contact.
Mama says Mark Zuckerberg is at my front door. He wants to know where you are.
I'm sure he's after me.
Does he have a check? We'll talk.
Alien son of a bitch. Anyway, so yeah, we can all bitch and complain about free speech and freedom of speech. You know, that's really not getting infringed. We're just having somebody who owns a gigantic company that we're all robots like buying into, and he's the one that's saying, I don't want you to say this. And so he can just say, I don't want you to say that. It was in the fucking fine detail when you signed up to your original Facebook account.
That's right.
That's your problem. It's your problem. I'm sorry. I'm not going to really let people throw a bunch of swords at this fucking shit. It's a website. It's just a
private
website.
It's
and
not
we
government.
are the ones who have bought into it as if it's something, and it's not. And if I get kicked off of all platforms socially, then fine.
Right.
Then fine. I will do Unsung Dreamers in my front fucking yard.
And y'all
I'll
can just
put a
pull
sign on the telephone pole on National and Seminole, and it'll say Unsung Dreamers this way, just like a fucking yard sale. I can still do that. We're still free as fuck.
Yes, we are.
We're just buying into the damn horse shit of it all. Here's the big announcement.
Oh.
Here's the big announcement. Are you ready for the big announcement? Are you ready?
I'm nervous.
I'm not joking. This is not a joke. This is a big announcement.
Not the t-shirt that's now available on unsungdreamers.com. I'm joking t-shirt. This is not joking.
I'm not joking.
I sound like fucking Gene Simmons from Kiss. All he's promoting.
We've been working on it all week.
Yes.
And you got to go back in and you got to learn, and it's all different, and it's everything else. So we're not quite totally up to speed, but we have spent a week working on it. This is our big announcement. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
The big announcement is Tara and we're moving back to MySpace.
Moving back to MySpace. Ba-ba-ba! Yes. Yes, it still exists.
We
Yes.
are building our MySpace accounts right now and building our MySpace profiles, and we're
Yes.
fucking moving over there.
We are moving.
I'm going right back to MySpace, and I'm going to fucking love it.
We are.
I'll tell you that right now. So if any of you are interested in staying in contact with us on a personal level, we are going to MySpace.
I'm already there.
And
there.
yeah, I've got some work to do on mine, but I'm just telling you, the site still exists, and it's so much better. And I'm going right back. I'm going right back. I'm not going to close my accounts on Facebook because that's such a pretentious, fucking stupid thing to say. How many people have I heard this year? Like, I'm going to leave Facebook. I'm leaving Facebook. Well, then leave.
Yeah.
3 days later, they're like, I haven't smoked in 6 months. Well, I thought you were leaving Facebook.
Right. There's my MySpace right
Dear
there.
Lord. Yeah.
Look at that shit.
There's Tara's MySpace. She's been working on it, baby.
I'm going to make it full screen so you can see this shit. Look at that. It still has some old connections and all this shit. I left MySpace back in like 2009.
We're going back.
Something like this, but that still exists. It's still there. Go grab yourself an account or go find your old account. I still have the same email address I've had since the internet started. It's an AOL address. Yeah. Don't make fun because now it's cool.
Hey, Mark.
Anyway,
Hey,
so
Mark.
I still have my old email address. So I was able to recover this site and update it a little bit. I got a lot more updating to do.
Look, you even still have some Jeff Ward photos on your page.
I got the bad habit thing. I got the Jeff Ward. Look at that shit. There's a lot of old people on here. Look at that. How funny. So anywho, yeah.
Folded paper love notes. I would love to go back to that too, Al.
See, there you go. So that's the big announcement.
And guess what? We can.
We are on MySpace now. You are too, but you gotta figure that shit out and get updated and all this shit. Okay, so what have I missed?
Chet's like, oh, can I send you a better photo?
Yeah, of course you can.
Yes, you can.
If it's of the two of us.
Because we're gonna that picture, it wasn't of the two of us. He's talking about the piano picture.
Yes, I know. The piano picture was the two of us.
Oh, okay. For your banner. Listen,
banner.
we're figuring out MySpace and we're going back.
It's changed.
We're going back to MySpace.
If you remember the accounts,
Vinyl is back, and so is MySpace.
If you remember how awesome MySpace was, why did we ever fucking leave?
Because Zuckerberg's a dick.
You know why? Because everybody just followed this little fucking trail of ants. You just picked up your little cottage cheese morsel and walked towards the goddamn thing. And you said, oh, everybody's doing it. I remember the day I looked at Facebook and got on there and I was like, this is dull and boring because MySpace was so cool. You could put sparkles on your page. You can still put music. You can still put music on there. It was so great. So
we're going back to MySpace. So
anyway, so that's the big announcement.
That's where our action is going to be. If you see our Facebook accounts start to die and you don't see a lot of updates from us, it's because we're going to MySpace.
Everybody
and you need to go to MySpace too.
Look who's here. Look who's here. Your Huckleberry.
Michelle McBride Huddleston's digging my jacket.
Look at this jacket. I love this jacket. Michelle, oh my God, we got to come see you. Or you guys got to come see us very, very soon. Haven't seen you guys in 110 years.
So I'm going back.
Going back to MySpace. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go back in time. Yay. Gonna go back in time. Wasn't that Huey?
I think so.
What's up, Huey?
Oh, don't say that.
He's not dead, is he? He just can't hear. Is he deaf?
Is he? Wait.
Or is he dead?
Oh, he's still with us.
Is Huey Lewis
holy shit.
deaf or dead?
Holy shit. Right on. Oh, that's a good point, Jared. I will say that. Wait, that's not Jared. There we go. Hey, guys, he's finally here. Yeah, good to see you, Jared. People left MySpace because of the mandatory hierarchy of your top 8 friends, which is like the screenshot I just showed you. Was when I last left in 2009. Those were my top 8 friends.
And you know what? I don't care about that. I don't care about having a hierarchy about my top 8 friends. You know why? Because the human being was not made to have 1,800 friends.
That's true.
This is the fucking problem with Facebook. We were never meant to have 1,800 people following us, or for some of you, 2,500, 3,200. You cannot have 1,800 people following you and think that they're going to be okay with everything you post. You could post a picture of your dinner and you're going to have 400 people giving you shit like, don't care about your fucking dinner, bro. You could have 400 Christian kids that want to follow your Facebook page. And as soon as you drop a cuss word, I'm so offended about your cuss word. You could have 200 people that love Led Zeppelin. And I can get on my Facebook and be like, fuck Led Zeppelin. And 200 people is going to be like, you don't fucking understand. We were not made the actual being of what we are as human beings. We were not created to have 1,800 people listening to everything we say. We were meant to live in small villages with our family and keep our family tight and live in the same fucking whatever you lived in for like generations. We were not meant to have 1,800 people watching everything we say. Of course, you're going to have somebody jump on anything you post and be like, you're a fucking asshole. And it's some fucking guy I don't even know. I wouldn't even know if I bumped into him. But for some stupid reason, I said, accept friend. But I don't even know this son of a bitch. And he gets in my face and starts telling me something I say and do and blah, blah, blah is wrong. I would rather go back to MySpace and say, here's the 8 people that are the most important to me. All you rest of yous, I don't really give a fuck. That would be great. That sounds beautiful to me. I hope that MySpace is still doing that. You have to have 8 people in your top hierarchy because we only need about 8. We only need about 8. We do not need 1,800. So I'm all for it. I can't wait to dig in and figure out how MySpace works now because it's so different than when I was first originally there. But I'll tell you what, if it forces me to tell me these are my top 8.
Yep.
I can't wait. I can't wait for all of you to know that these are the 8 people that are the most important to me and you're secondary to 8. That would be great. It would be great.
Look at that.
Let's bring it on.
Look at that.
Top 8.
Look at that. Look at my top 8, which is funny because look at that. Jeff Kastner, which was a former bandmate of Joshua, actually current with Chaos Theory, is right in my top 8 of back when I left MySpace in 2009. He is in my top 8. I only have a top 7. That's kind of sad, isn't it?
It says top 8, but you didn't put a 8th up there.
I don't do that. They do that.
It was
themselves.
so much better, and I really don't care at all if the public sees that these are my top 8 favorite people.
I don't care.
Doesn't matter to me. It'll make me think. It'll make me be like, I'm not going to put them in the 8 unless they really are in the 8. I'm not going to bullshit around and just accept every single fucking friend request from a bunch of people that I don't know just because they have a mutual friend that is like so fucking distant. I don't even know who the hell, why these mutual friends are your friends, but I'll just say, okay. And then as soon as I post something that pisses them off, goddamn, they're on my page fucking ripping me a new asshole. That doesn't sound healthy to me at all. We were never meant to live like this.
No.
Fuck Facebook. I'll tell you that. I'm going back to MySpace. Be sure to take a little bit of time and go try to subscribe or follow anything that the Unsung Dreamers or Screamers is doing outside of Facebook. Otherwise, we may disappear one day. I don't know. I'm not saying that yet, but I'm just saying there's a chance that we just disappear off this platform and I might not want to do it anymore.
Right.
Just on principle alone.
Christy just says, you can click decline.
Yes, Christy, I know, but we all have that issue, right? Like I know I can decline, but then all of a sudden it's like you feel like, I hate to decline if they're friends with. I mean, if they're friends with Paul Tomlinson, then maybe they're a cool guy,
right.
And so I just click okay.
I like it.
Because I do still have that human spirit of I don't really want to upset anybody or hurt anybody's feelings. And so I don't really want to decline if it's somebody that's friends with 47 other people that I know. So I just click accept. Then all of a sudden I say something and that fucking person comes back and bites me in the ass because they don't like what I said. All I'm saying is we weren't meant to live this way.
That's
we
right.
weren't meant to live with 1,800 people dissecting every fucking word that comes out of our lives. I am a tough person to love, okay? I understand that. I'm a tough person to understand. There's only about 8 people, which I'm gonna put in my top 8 of my MySpace page. There's only about 8 people that actually get me, that actually understand me, and those are the top 8 that I'm gonna put in my fucking feed.
That's right.
It's actually a great idea It's a great idea to say, these are your top 8. Let everybody know. These are the top 8 people that matter to me in my life, and nobody else matters. I love that idea. It sounds so beautiful and delicious. It sounds like cheesecake with chocolate sauce and chocolate mousse. It sounds so good to just tell the whole fucking world I only have 8 people I actually care about. The rest of you can go suck it. That sounds wonderful.
I want to say, I just saw a comment pop up, and I will agree with this, Miss Christie. When all the shit was going down, there's a lot, well, all the shit. Well, when one wave of shit was happening, she started posting just fun, hey, did you know posts, because she was trying to break up this bullshit of everybody hating on everybody and all this bullshit. And I want to commend you for that, Christy. That was awesome. I didn't like a bunch of them, but I don't go around liking posts all the time either. I'm not one of those
You mean you didn't click like?
Correct. I like it. Yes, I absolutely liked it, but I'm not a clicky likey person all the time. And sometimes I'm in the middle of work or business or whatever the fuck. But that was awesome, Christy. I noticed that, and that was fucking tastic.
Yes, having to choose my top 8 people that I give a shit about.
Mm-hmm. Which one? This one?
It absolutely does sound like raspberry cheesecake chimichangas
that you can get at the
from
Riff.
the Riff.
Absolutely. We are not sponsored, by the way.
No, we're not.
But we're still promoting.
But the Audio Roast podcast is.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not. No, it's okay. We're just
right.
the redheaded stepchild over here doing what we do. And
how many podcasts have started since we
me.
started ours around here? About 7. But anyway, let's go on. We'll just go from there.
Come on now. Don't be insecure.
I'm not insecure at all.
I'm not insecure.
That's a secure statement right there. Just saying. If we can be inspirational.
We're going to MySpace, baby.
If we can be inspirational and someone has a podcast that becomes more successful or whatever than us, then we're okay with that. As long as we can see that happened because of us.
I'm not a Facebook whore. I will give this shit up tomorrow.
Acknowledge what I just said.
I don't really care. Huh?
Nothing.
No, here's the way we work. Here's our dynamic. You fucking go and you do your things, and it's amazing. Cool. And then while you're doing your amazing things, I'm thinking about shit that is amazing for me. And then we just roll that way. Do I have to stop every now and then and be like, oh, honey, that was such a good point?
No, but you could at least acknowledge what the hell I say sometimes. That's all. That's all I'm asking. He goes on with another subject when I just said something, and it's like, fuck. All right. Well,
Jared wants to see my mug.
Oh, there it is. Look at that.
We're going to bring one to the Audio Roast podcast, and maybe he'll drink roast out of it.
Right.
Isn't it funny? Here's what cracks me up. About fucking coffee.
Oh, really?
I'll tell you what. You take water and you pour it over a bean. All right. Whatever you okay. So you grind the bean. I don't really give a fuck. I'm just saying there's a bean that grows on a fucking plant. I don't know all the details. You grind it up and then you pour water over it. That's all you do. You pour water over it and then it becomes this thing. And all these people in the world call it French roast. Give me some more names.
Is that your
give me some more names.
Morning blend.
Morning blend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And whatever. Dark mocha. Blah, blah, blah. This kind of stuff. What are some other coffee names? I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Mocha. All this kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we all know there's 100 names for all these different kinds of coffee, whether it's spring roast.
Spring roast? Are you getting your sushi mixed up with
I don't
coffee?
know. I'm asking for some. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Midnight roast.
Midnight roast.
Like I said, morning blend. Let's see. What else is there?
Almond.
If you go to the Riff, the Classic Rock Coffee, they have cool names for their coffee shit. But
okay,
anyway.
Let's bring that into it too.
Yeah, they have Back in Black, which is my favorite.
Jimi Hendrix, Hammond, whatever it is, right? Okay, So you get my point.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
you pour water over a bean, Americano, Colombian, latte, mocha, espresso, breakfast blend, decaf, and dark roast. Thank
Very
you, Jared.
good. Look, yeah, thank you, Jared. I'll put that up there real
Joshua
quick.
says Kona.
There you go.
Americano, Colombian, latte, mocha, espresso, breakfast blend, decaf, and dark roast.
Well, coming
Right?
from the Audio Roast podcast.
I know.
great
No, hey,
and
I'm
Joshua,
not, hey,
the
I'm
producer,
not, hey,
the producer for Audio Roast.
there's one at
Kona,
Classic Rock called the Barracuda.
The Barracuda, right. And I avoid that by all means. I've never sang that song and I never will. So I avoid that coffee blend as well.
Okay, but she still makes a great point. It's
But
called
that's
the
a great
Barracuda.
point. Like, I said, my favorite. I got one thing to say, and I'm just gonna shove it in here. I said it a second ago, and you ignored it. Back in Black at Classic Rock Coffee is my favorite coffee. There, go ahead.
All right, so they got one called Back in Black.
Yes, they do.
All right, so the point is we got all these names, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then let's like verse that with something else. Let's verse that with
Like verses.
yeah. Al says tonight's game is porn name or coffee blend.
Oh, that's nice.
My porn name is Dark Blend.
My porn name is Barracuda.
No, no.
Wait,
My
wait.
porn name is Breakfast Blend.
I don't want to do dark roast or Back in Black. That's gonna get weird. I don't want to do that.
All right, so Jared's given us some more hip names from the riff here,
from the
Classic Rock Coffee, Barracuda, Back in Black,
right?
Living After Midnight,
Cold
Atomic
Shot.
Punk, Dream Weaver, Breakfast in America, Cold Shot, right?
Nice,
Right?
nice.
Tom's like
Tom's
Breakfast
like
in America is my favorite.
All right.
All right, so we get the point,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
You pour water over a bean, and then you give it all these thousands of names.
Yes.
So you go to a steakhouse. All right. You go to a steakhouse and an actual animal walking this planet has had to sacrifice their life.
Their life for you.
Their actual, not pouring water over a bean, sacrificed their life. Their head got locked in a clamp, pulled up,
Oh my God.
slit their neck while their blood pours out of their fucking neck. They just have those big, beautiful cow eyes that are so innocent. They just got their neck slit. Then they grab them by a hook right in between their fucking sternum and hang them from the air and skin them, and all their blood drains out of them. And then we chop them up into little bitty pieces, and we go to a steakhouse, and our steak is either medium, rare, or well done. That's it. There's no like dark roast, medium. There's nothing. This fucking animal has sacrificed its life, and we have 3 names: rare, medium, or well done. They're not creative at all. All of a sudden, we got Barracuda is a robust dark roast, and it's water over a bean. This fucking poor cow just gave its life for you to enjoy that steak, and the only thing we can call it is medium.
Right.
Medium. How would you like your steak? Well, I would like it Barracuda, if you know what I mean.
And they're like,
No. We don't know what Barracuda is. We have rare, medium, or well done. Which one do you want? Do you want pink in the middle? I mean, it's so just like, who gives a fuck? A cow died. But we'll pour some water over a bean and we will call it Back in Black.
Dream Weaver.
Living After Midnight. I would love to go to a steak place and be like, how would you like your steak? Living After Midnight? Yeah, Living After Midnight sounds like a great steak to me. I mean, I don't even know what that means.
But I'll take it.
But please, if you could do me a favor, don't say, well, it means it's pink in the middle. I don't need it. Does anybody sit and ask for the details of their walking after midnight coffee? No, they just fucking take the goddamn thing and they fucking drink it. So I don't really want you to tell me, waitress, whether or not this is pink in the middle or brown in the middle or red and bloody and juicy. I don't need all those details. I just want to order a steak that is like walking after midnight. All right. I don't know what that means.
Ooh.
But if that means there's mushrooms on it, fucking great. I'll take that one. I want to order a steak from a cow who sacrificed his or her beautiful life. I don't really want to order it medium. Could I just get it medium? No, I don't want it medium. I want it like barracuda.
I like that. We should start that.
Fuck a bunch of people serving cow. Rare, medium, or fucking well done while you pour your dumb water over a coffee bean and give me some bullshit about breakfast blend. Shut up! It's the same water poured over a fucking coffee bean. Don't talk to me about breakfast blend. Are you joking me, breakfast blend? Shut the fuck up, breakfast blend. Take your breakfast blend and your mochas and your shokas and your hopas and a hopas like a mata and shove them straight up your pee-poo. I'm done with that. Chet Smith has got a MySpace. Go friend us, Chet.
I have a comment up here, right here. I was getting to that. Chrissy says, I don't care about the names. Isn't it weird how I always put my hand in his face? Is that
to shut me up? I know.
Because I've already got something going on and he decides to go somewhere else. So I'm like, hey, I'm the producer. I'm trying to be on camera and be the producer at the same time. But whatever. Okay, what the fuck?
I'm
Christy,
very rude.
Very. But anyway, you're uncontrollable and that's fine. Anyway, I don't care about the names. Is the coffee that people drink where it, I can't fucking read.
You're a terrible reader.
It's funny though. Is the coffee that people drink where it looks like piss and not coffee? Oh God. Yeah. Coffee's supposed to be dark and strong. No piss colored coffee for the love of all things holy. Yes. I will agree with that.
Hey, that's fine. Jared says, what about blackened and charred?
Dark and deep and disgustingly crazy blackened and charred.
He's talking about steaks.
Are we talking about?
He's talking about steaks.
Okay.
And I'm just like, okay, so
That's
blackened
better.
and it's a little better.
It's better.
It's not quite barracuda.
Right.
It's just like, do you want your steak blackened or charred? Or do you want it rare or medium or well done? That's the only thing the cow gets.
Poor
is
Cuddles.
Rare, medium, or well done. And if you're fancy, you'll call him blackened and charred.
Aww.
That's fucking insulting.
Sounds like a restaurant.
I want some fucking, Al says Scandinavian shortbread.
As a steak?
No, I think Scandinavian short blend is, he's talking about
coffee.
More fucking
Again,
dumb coffee.
Dumb coffee names.
Pour water over a bean and call it Scandinavian short blend.
Mm-hmm.
Kill a cow and call him
Rare.
Blackened and charred. You want us to char him? Anyway, I'm done with that. Tom says Chet Space. We need to start a Chet Space.
So Chet says
Social
MySpace
media
account created. That's fantastic. We're moving on up. Tom Henry says Chet Space. Nice. Very cool. Wait,
You
damn
missed it. You missed it.
Sometimes the comments.
I'll take my podcast half Tara, half Jared with a double Dan pump and a Josh side garnish, please.
Comment of the night.
That's a good one.
That's a good one there. That's a good one. That's fan-fucking-tastic. Good job, Al. That's great. On second thought, hold the Dan pumps.
Second.
You guys are awesome. Oh, we have the best folks watching us. I love you guys so much.
Oh, man. Let's kill a cow and call him charred.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Let's pour water over bean and call it barracuda. Nut space dark roast.
Nut space dark.
Breakfast blend. Scandinavian short blend. Jesus God.
All right, Michelle. Michelle's got some points here. Look at that. I call cows T-bone, chuck roast, filet mignon, beef tenderloin, calf fries.
Fries.
You know what calf fries are, Daniel?
I don't.
If I'm not mistaken, I won't say. Brian says he's on MySpace but can't find us. But we have a roundy thing. Awesome. Do you know what calf fries are?
No, I just said I don't.
I think they're baby bull balls.
I don't know.
That's
anything
my
about
guess.
that.
Michelle, am I right?
I think Michelle makes a fantastic point.
Yeah.
However, I'm still going to say that T-bone and chuck roast and filet mignon, filet mignon's okay. Beef tenderloin. I still think those are harsh descriptions compared to fucking Scandinavian short blend.
And they're also cuts of meat too, and not how you want it prepared.
All right. Well, I'll get off of it.
All right. Anyway.
Like
I said, Brian says he's got MySpace, but he can't find Dare.
Tara. He found Tara. He can't find Dan.
Oh, well,
I'm still working on
we're still working to see if
profile because mine is like stripped. I had all kinds of stuff on it back when I still had.
Oh, mine is basically stripped, but at least I got most of my.
So I gotta go back on and rebuild it. It's gonna take a learning curve. It's gonna be like, hey, you know what, people, it's worth it.
It's worth it.
It's worth whether you go back to MySpace or not. It's worth starting to investigate how we can all start connecting with each other in different ways than just Facebook. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And some of that's going to require doing things that we haven't done in the last several years. Like you might go subscribe to our YouTube channel. You might jump onto our website. Make sure you stay caught up on that. Make sure you put it in your like finder as a normal thing that you go and look at all the time. We might be doing updates there. I don't really know what it's going to turn into yet, but I'll be damned if I just think that like the only way I can live my life is through Facebook, because it's just a fucking website and it's run by a fucking asshole. And so I don't know what is a big surprise to any of you. Like if you're surprised that Mark Zuckerberg decides he's going to put you in Facebook jail because of something you said that he doesn't like, why is that surprising you? This is just a Facebook. This is just a website. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. I don't really know why you're so surprised. Like, oh, I got put in Facebook jail. Right. Because Mark don't like what you said. Literally, it's Mark that doesn't like what you said. And so he's going to put you in jail. I'm probably going to be put in jail for this video right here as soon as they find the time to watch it.
Right.
If they even want to watch it. So that's all it is. And so I don't really know what everybody's so surprised about. These are privately owned companies that can just decide whatever they want and don't want on their page. It's just a website.
Yep.
That's all it is.
Privately owned, by the way.
And there's plenty of other social websites that already exist, actually, platforms that already exist, actually, where everybody's nice to each other.
Yeah.
And it's pretty fucking awesome.
So to back up a little bit, she says, yes, you're correct about the calf fries, aka Rocky Mountain oysters. That's right.
Rocky Mountain, I have never had one of those.
Baby bull balls. That's right. And she also says, surprised that Dan loathes assholes. Nerp! Not at all. That's your girl.
Justin Timberlake did used to own MySpace.
He did.
And Facebook does not. Justin Timberlake was part of a business that owned it. We actually searched this up because I was like, if Zook owns MySpace too,
we're out.
then I ain't fucking going there either.
That's right.
So
used to.
Justin Timberlake did own it for a while, partnered with another company who got bought out.
By Time.
And then that company got bought out again by.
I can't remember the name. But it's owned
and
by
that's
a larger
actually
company.
who owns it now.
Yep.
And I, from what we have researched, Zook doesn't own MySpace.
Right. But he does own Instagram. Just saying.
Yeah, Jared, put that up. This is what I'm talking about.
All caps.
He went to Facebook jail because he was asking about a report from a sports ball game that I don't even care about 2 months ago. Yes. Because they were afraid you were going to maybe broadcast or get updates on a big sports ball game and you go to jail for it. Oh. So he's been putting his thumb on us for a long time. For those of you who lean a little right and you're really, really pissed off about this Trump thing and about Trump's account getting deleted and everything else, are you really going to act surprised? This guy has been a dick from the beginning. From the beginning. He fucking booted Jared Isaacs out because he was like, hey, if somebody has an update on the ball game, let me know. Boom! Jail.
Fuck you. You're out.
Jail.
Facebook jail.
I'm sure we're going to jail over this.
We might be.
And we might get shut down. This is why I'm telling you, and I'm being serious.
This is
Please
real.
make sure you go check out our YouTube stuff. Check out our website. We don't really know how we're going to move forward just in case we do get shut down, but we're already trying to build a social media site of our own that will just be us and our friends, all you guys that come and see us every Thursday. Wouldn't it be cool to just go over there and just hang out and not see a bunch of hateful bullshit, political bullshit, fucking hateful shit? We could all just hang out all through the week. And then when we do the live show, however we figure out how we're going to do that, in case YouTube doesn't shut us down. And then we will all like be together because we were talking and hanging out with each other all week.
Right.
We don't have to do groups. We don't have to do pages. We don't have to do band pages. We don't have to do anything on Facebook. It's a fucking website and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. You think it matters. You have been trained and conditioned to think it matters, and it doesn't. I will do my podcast in my front yard like a lemonade stand. I will fucking set up a lemonade stand and I will take a marker, a Sharpie, and I will write on it, Unsung Dreamers, and I will set my mics up in my own fucking front yard and I'll put a sign up on the telephone poles. This is where we're doing it live. And if you want to come by my house and watch me do it live at my lemonade stand and I'll sell you some lemonade, then come see me there. I don't have to do it on Facebook. I don't have to do it anywhere. Fuck it. That's what I'm saying. And you all need to live that way too. Quit thinking your life revolves around a website. It does not. I thought I was done with this.
I thought we were too.
I think we have a special guest coming soon.
I think we do. We do very soon.
What time is it?
It's about 8:00.
We're about a minute away from
you
a
guys
special
have been
guest.
hanging in here and being awesome, and I want to appreciate that. I appreciate that. So I put the email up there because email us or go to the website and just hit the contact. I don't fucking care. Just email us. You guys know us personally, so just email. I want your email address so I can let you know. We can let you know where we're going with all of this.
We'll start working on collecting an email list. I'm telling you guys, it might be what it turns into. It might turn into like, we've just got to be tight with each other and keep doing what we do with each other. We cannot keep depending on these big ideas.
Right.
The whole world is going to change. I'm telling you, I'm pulling this out of my ass. I don't have any stats. I don't have any facts. I haven't done my research. Okay. But I can just tell from a gut feeling that in 6 months to a year, there will not be a big Facebook idea. There will be many, 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 many other social media sites. And you go join that social media that you feel kin to. I'm not talking about extremist right people that are wanting to blow up the world. I'm talking about if you like cars, then go join that social media. I know it's the same thing as Facebook groups, but people are going to start fucking running from this thing. Mm-hmm. They're going to run from it and they're going to be like, yes, there is Facebook groups, but Facebook is still filled with a bunch of hateful fucking shit. And if I am interested in cars, I will go join a social media site that is all about cars. I will go join a social media site that is all about music. I will go, it's going to separate. It's going to fucking, have you ever stepped in a nest of fucking like seed ticks? Okay. There's a nest that holds the seed ticks. Okay. Some of you farmers out there like Michelle, you guys know what I'm talking about. Seed ticks. There's a nest that is one big idea. And if you accidentally step in that, or if your horse steps in that, you will watch blackness crawl up your leg by the millions of seed ticks that will start crawling up your leg. The millions of the seed ticks are what is social media is going to look like in about a year from now. It's not going to be one big idea. We gave it a try and it's not working. It's not working. You can blame whoever you want on why we have such division in this country. The bigger reason is we cannot all come together in one single place with 1,800 friends and make one fucking comment that somebody just wants to be a damn asshole about. So the social media sites are going to have to crawl like seed ticks, millions. There's going to be stuff that's completely different in 6 months to a year. I promise. I'm telling you,
it's already starting.
It's already starting. Unsung Dreamers is already working on some outside source websites that build social media that is exactly like Facebook, but it's just us. It's just us and just our friends. Just our friends. We're already working on it. It's coming soon. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. All right. Cool. Social media tribes. That's
right.
exactly what's coming.
That's right. And that's fine. And this is not to encourage separation. This is actually to encourage unity, because
unify with people that you. Yeah.
it's actually
Sorry.
to. I get two words.
Hey!
It's actually to encourage people to find their people, because within our I like literally I have 2,100 friends on Facebook. I don't know them all. I don't like them all, but they stay my friends on Facebook, and it's very, very interesting. Why do I do that? But it's, again, I want to say it's not to encourage separation. It's to encourage unity, and a more calm unity. I love hearing other people's opinions. I love actually having a conversation and a debate about what people think and why do you think this way? And I tune out when someone just starts spouting something they saw on Facebook. I tune out when I hear someone say what they heard on CNN or Fox News or something. I cannot listen to someone who just spouts out these bullet points that they heard somewhere on social media or on media in general. And so these places that are going to occur, these tribes, these tribal, if you will, I guess that's socially acceptable still to say tribal, because it means a lot. These places that we can join together and find our bees, like the blind melon video, right? So those places where we can actually talk and discuss, because I welcome differing opinions. I welcome it. But if you just name call and start just spouting shit without any information to back it up, I'm going to tune you out. And yet I don't unfriend anybody on Facebook. So it's a very, very interesting thing that we've got going on here right now. So when social media took off, it was great because we could find contacts and get in contacts with people. But now it's just gotten to a place of almost virtual hatred, and it's sad. We have something happening behind me. And I can see that.
Is my mic working?
Your mic is working.
We have a special guest.
We have a special guest. And why? Why do we have this special guest? Look who it is. Joshua Poole, ladies and gentlemen.
Howdy. Who on earth would want to talk to me?
Because your interview of Unsung Dreamers, like, see how we changed that real quick? Tone, change, boom.
Have you guys been watching what's going on Facebook lately?
No.
What?
He asked if we've been watching what's going on Facebook.
It's crazy out there.
Back up just a little.
Let me squeak in.
He's gonna squeak in over here. Over here.
Get you as close as possible.
Right. You got. If you want
like
headphones, those are yours. If you want them.
Okay.
If you want them.
It's like the sportscasters at the Super Bowl. They're actually sitting a lot closer to each other than you think.
I know, and it seems like they're far away. That's right.
Joshua Poole.
Joshua
Hello.
Poole's here,
How's
ladies
it
and
going,
gentlemen.
buddy?
Get that applause sound, or is that
I
too
don't hear
cheesy?
anything in these.
There it is. Oh, that's really.
Is it that
You
one?
don't hear anything?
I hear nothing.
Okay. Hold
okay,
on.
But that's
We'll
okay.
limit
It's like playing on stage
How
sometimes.
about that? Anything yet?
I got it. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Now we got something. Very cool.
Joshua Poole. So as you guys have seen, if you've been following our Facebook,
Media Blitz.
Our
is what
media
it's been.
blitz. We have
the
blitz.
media blitz
We have blitzed some damn media.
of Joshua Poole this
Right,
week
it's
because
embarrassing. It really is.
Super quick.
does it embarrass you?
Nah,
Do you get like
Good.
too many compliments and things like that?
I can handle it
Can you handle it?
Yeah, you can.
because I can see behind the curtain. You know,
Right.
When I get all
Right.
these lavish compliments, it's like, oh, if you only knew.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But what's
I'm
funny?
not even Joshua Poole. So
Right.
But as artists, we love compliments, but we also know
yeah,
we know we evaluate ourselves. But the compliments are great. It's,
I know every missed note.
Yep,
I
yep,
know
yep, yep, yep.
every.
But
yeah.
it's nice to hear the compliments and think
It
that
is.
people had a good time anyway, even
Yeah.
if you thought you made 17 mistakes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Brian says, hello, Josh. You killed it at
Hello.
your premiere show.
Oh, thank you, Brian.
Yes, you did. We watched it. We loved
Yes,
it.
They
just
were there
since our,
both nights.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
It's great.
Nice.
And that
Very
was just since
cool.
our last show
But
that the Identity Crisis premiered.
Yes.
Played. We went and saw him the next night, so we saw the second day premiere.
Yes, we did. We did.
And it was a ton of fun.
It was
We had a
great.
great time.
So good. It was so good. So why is he on the show today, Dan? Why? Does anybody know?
Well, I think we're trying to make it obvious on our Facebook. Anyway,
I just want to put that up there. I love this picture.
yeah,
That was from the show
was
at
great.
Sheffield this past Saturday. So, anywho, yes, on our Facebook. Go ahead.
Okay, so and we never did kind of like put it out there, kind of what's going on with us, and I don't know. We're not making resolutions, but you know, anytime a new year changes over, we're just kind of like, you always think to yourself, like, well, what could we do a little better this year? What could we do differently? Tara and I have been doing this Unsung Dreamers thing almost 2.5 years now. And there's been a bunch of flub ups. There's been a bunch of interviews that aren't that great. There's been a bunch of our live shows that are not that great. There's been downtime. There's been like, hey, we're going to do all these interviews and then we don't get them done. And there's just been a lot of ups and downs. It really was kind of more of our kind of trial, and we feel like 2021 is a little bit of a mark of like, okay, now what do we really want to do? Because these live shows never really were our shtick.
It was never intended to be our thing.
It was always about talking to people and getting to know people. At one time we even thought, well, if we interview people, more people will go to their shows. That's apparently that's not actually the thing either. The bigger thing is that what I think the world needs, this is just my fucking opinion. Fucking, why don't you get all mean and hateful and leave me some comments on Facebook about how big of a piece of shit I am? That's fine. That's fine. But my bigger thing is with everything, and I talked last week about getting up off the runway and not really talking about the specifics of everybody's political views and everybody's separation and everybody's like, but to get to a place where why is this happening in our world right now? Not that I have a fix for it, but for me personally, the fix has been that I talk to people, I get to know people, I get to know their story. I don't just judge them by the cover of their book. I don't just like assume that like, oh yeah, I know a couple of bits about this person and then move on. The more and more, because we're at almost 50 interviews we've done here in the studio, and I said it actually in an episode that we're going to release next Friday, but it has enriched my life. Like my life can be enriched right here in Springfield. It doesn't have to be enriched in Washington, D.C. It doesn't have to be enriched in Hawaii. I don't have to travel for this, okay? There is enough people around me and my village of Springfield, Missouri, that I can feel so much more enriched about talking to people, getting to know them, getting their story, and celebrating them, even if it's only 1 week per year, which we have committed to do one every week per year, and spend the week like we have on our Facebook page for the last week, just posting things about Joshua, about his story, about things that he enjoys, things that he loves, in hopes that you guys will be a little more like, yeah, I can't wait to hear that interview, which releases tomorrow morning at 8:00 on the Unsung Dreamers podcast. In all places,
you can find it everywhere. I don't even want to list them. It's all Spotify and iHeart and Apple Podcasts.
And I'm just telling you, when you take a little time out of your day to just get to know another human being, don't take time out of your day to yell and scream at another human being because you disagree. Don't take time out of your day to be a big asshole to somebody because they did or didn't do something you agree with. Listen, it's tired. It's tired. It's tired to me. I don't really give a shit. Anytime I see somebody in my Facebook feed, I just scroll right on. If I can see that you're bitching, I just scroll right past you, son of a bitch. I'm not reading your paragraph. I'm not reading your big inspirational, like you've got the world figured out and I don't. Scroll on, baby.
Yep.
Scroll on. And that's why I'm just about tired of the whole damn thing, because I really don't spend any time. I don't spend any time doing that stuff. I have spent hours and hours, hundreds of hours doing these interviews, editing these interviews, posting these interviews, making them sound good, trying to promote ideas, and I have loved it. And I personally have gotten to a place where I can understand somebody that doesn't live their life like me. I can understand somebody who believes in something I don't. I can understand why they have gotten to the place where they've gotten in their lives. And that has enriched my heart and my soul. And that is what matters. And I've done it all. We've done it all without Facebook because it's a fucking website. Anyway, Josh.
Yes. Hey.
Joshua.
Thanks for coming by.
Hey, no problem.
Joshua.
Joshua Poole is our next interview hitting the streets tomorrow at 8 o'clock. If you're a patron, you already got this interview. And I will tell you this, we can tell by our numbers.
Yeah.
And we don't have shit tons of patrons, but almost all of our patrons have already listened
Oh, wow.
to the interview.
Yes, sir.
Any comments?
No
We haven't
comments.
seen any
Never have
comments
that guy back again? Is that-
Yeah,
No.
no.
But the fact that we have a few early listens is fantastic.
nice.
So without getting into like specific things we talked about, because
Right.
I want people to go on and listen to the interview.
listen.
How was your experience? How did you think? What did you think of just the interview and the time we had together that night we did it?
Well, like the first 10 minutes was a little uncomfortable just because it's an interview. It's not something that local Springfield musicians do on
Yeah.
a regular
Right.
basis.
Right.
Right?
But after that, it just got to be a conversation. And
Mhm.
it really wasn't an interview anymore. It was just me talking to Dan and Tara.
Nice.
And it
yeah.
was a great experience.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome. Do you have any, what do they call it when you do something and you take backs or no?
Any notes for you guys?
Takeaway? Some
takeaways.
takeaways?
Oh, any takeaways
Do you have
from
any takeaways just in general? Just
Well, just in preparing for the interview, it got me to thinking about my life and about all the wonderful experiences and what I was going to talk about. And I called back to just all these rich experiences that I'd had in my life and things that I wanted to talk about. And some of them we probably never even touched, but
Right.
it was a great way to review just the good things in your life.
Nice.
It really was.
Mhm.
And I
just
thank
got
you for that
goosebumps.
because most people don't sit back and think about all the wonderful things that happen and the things that build you up, even the bad things that
Yeah.
make you who you
certainly.
are. And so that experience, just reliving my life, and that was a blessing to me.
Nice.
Awesome.
We have your book, by the way, so don't leave here
Oh,
without,
yeah,
without
yeah.
your book.
Yeah,
We've
we
got your
still
book
got
in the
that.
bookcase. So
Yeah. The book of notes.
The book of notes.
Yeah, I think that's a huge thing. I think it's something that actually drove us to even get into this because it's like you can be accused of like, oh, what are you doing holding on to your past? And it's like, no, I'm not. It's not that I'm holding on to my past, but at the same time, if I just put it under a rug and pretend it never happened because maybe that's not the success I'm living today,
Mhm.
or maybe that's not the experience I'm living today, then I feel like today is a failure. And it's like, that's a really dangerous way
Right.
to live
Yeah.
because I'm still moving forward and trying to create more dreams and more experiences and more memories in my life.
Well, everything
But-
we are is everything that has happened to us.
Correct.
Yes.
That's
Everything,
right.
everything, how we react to every situation
Yep.
is based on every experience that has come before that.
Yeah.
And reliving those great times isn't living in the past. It's just enjoying your life.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
Because good and bad, no matter what, good and bad, you can't just get rid of those times.
No.
Like even if it's a terrible thing, you can absolutely just not talk about them and deal with them and whatever. But good and bad, it is absolutely 100% what you are today. And why not? Why not relish in the good times and talk about them all the time? Why not?
Yeah.
There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that.
Yeah. It seems like there's been a weird thing and I don't know where it came from, but like, if you do talk about things like that, it's just like you're weak or you're self-absorbent or you're arrogant.
You
or
reached your
you're-
peak early or whatever.
or- yeah, like you're a has-been that's
Yeah.
living in the past.
Yeah. It's like,
and it's
no.
like, no, I'm not really living there,
Yeah.
but definitely this here's a couple of things that were really wonderful about what happened back then, and what makes me what I am and why I do what I do today.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
to still hold on to it, it just seems like a lot of musicians, like you say, you put it wonderfully. A lot of local Springfield musicians are not put in a place where they're being interviewed,
Right.
especially about their life story.
Yeah.
They might have a couple questions here and there for TV or radio or other podcasts or things like that, but we really like to dig into like the whole story.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun to just reflect on it and remember for yourself.
So generally speaking, I just want to touch base because a lot of the people that watching our weekly show, some of you don't even realize what this podcast is even about, because this chat thing came about and all of a sudden we gained some viewers and everything. But we do have in-depth, full-length, 2+ hour interviews with local musicians, and we're gonna start branching out to outside of local-ish, kind of, sort of, but we still want that unsung story of the people who maybe somebody's famous. We got a couple in the pike that are kind of famous that we still want their unsung story of how they got there, how they met that point of fame. So if you want to check it out, it's Unsung Dreamers on any podcast platform you want to do. But they're long, they're lengthy. Hope you have a drive. Hope you do a job that you can just listen. But it's really fun to get to know, especially these first 42 are local people. They're local Springfield, Missouri people.
Yeah. And my personal thought process behind them getting long, upwards of 2 and sometimes 3 hours, is that I wanted to get the biography.
Yeah.
And if you go on any kind of a app right now that has Audible books or Audible biographies, audio, yeah, then you're going to find that some of these books you download for $30 or whatever, the biography of whoever, usually that book is a 7-hour read.
Yeah. That's true.
You know, you're listening to it, or of course, if you're a reader that likes to actually still read real books, that's cool too. But on from an audio standpoint, sometimes the biography of Angus Young, I mean, which I just listened to just a few weeks ago, it's like a 7-hour read.
Right.
So when I do an interview with somebody that's 2 or 3 hours, but we're really trying to dig into like the whole story, this is the biography that's not available at Barnes and Noble.
Right.
That's not it's not available on Audible or any other book apps, but it is available at the Unsung Dreamers.
True. And it's your local people.
So it might be long, but it's the whole story.
And you might not ever run into Angus Young, but you might run into Jared Isaacs, or you might run into Paul Tomlinson.
Yeah.
Right.
Because what was fascinating to me, and I've read many rock and rollers biographies, I haven't found a ton in their stories that were just so extravagantly different than the 42 people we've already done.
But some people
with.
give a shit more because they reach some sort of public success.
Angus was a kid
Yeah.
and he started a band with
Yeah.
his brother, and it was shitty. They called themselves, it was Kentucky. They named themselves after KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, but they spelled Kentucky differently because they thought that's how it was supposed to be spelled, and they were totally wrong. And we've talked to so many people that had horrible band names,
Was
Oh,
it
yeah.
C-U-N-T?
Noise Toys,
What?
huh?
What?
Was it CUN?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, it was something. It was something weird, and they were total bullshit. But then they got better, and then somebody saw them, and then they moved. It's all. There was nothing different.
Right.
There was nothing different than
Right.
everyone I've talked to starting horrible bands
Yeah.
with horrible band names, and all the funny stuff that we've had jokes and laughs about. Angus Young did the exact same fucking thing.
Right.
He didn't have anything in his story that was so crazy.
But he's
different.
Angus Young, so we all just want to.
Well, now we are,
But that's the depth of our interviews.
he makes
we
fun
get.
of himself. Like we were terrible.
Yeah.
Like, well, yeah, I've heard everybody on our fucking roster here say the same thing.
Yeah.
And then they got better.
Yep.
You know, so it's like famous. Is that the validation? I don't think it is.
Right.
So that's the motive. That's why
So-
we're going to keep doing that. And that's why we're going to put a little more focus into that. Joshua Poole is our first legit release of 2021.
The triumphant
right.
return.
Huh?
Triumphant return
Return.
of the interview episodes, yeah, and of 2021 especially. And the full interview is tomorrow, 8 a.m. I think somebody's here. The dogs are barking, going crazy.
Yeah, we have another visitor, I'm sure.
So, but tomorrow, 8 a.m., it becomes free for everyone to listen to. And Patreon members, patrons, you have already had the interview. You've also got the bonus episode
That's coming tomorrow.
So patrons, Patreon members, you have some bonus footage that will never be free. You have to be a Patreon member, patron.
Yeah, we got
to get
another
our bonus.
I don't know
45 minutes.
How long it is. 30 or 45 more minutes of Joshua Poole comes out tomorrow on Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
So only the patrons are going to get to listen to that and the actual interview.
So
releases.
I got to be a Patreon to hear my own interview.
Yes.
Oh,
yes. That's what we were hoping.
Do you take credit
Like
cards?
That's funny.
That's where you
yes,
get
we do actually.
We're gonna give you
this whole week we were like,
We'll do
I
your
wonder if
interview.
Josh is going to become a Patreon.
Sign that shit up right now.
I see what you're doing. That's how you get them.
I sent you a
switch.
video the other day that's actually a patron video, but I let you watch it for free.
Awesome.
Remember?
Look at that. We got all kinds of people coming in
Oh
here.
my gosh, we got some visitors.
Holy
We
shit.
had 2 visitors.
That's Tanya with the lasagna. Look at that.
Tanya with the
Tanya
lasagna.
with lasagna. Tanya with lasagna. You can take
for half an hour.
Oh
Did
my
you just
God.
eat out on the porch?
I was standing out there looking at your dogs barking at me like, what are you doing? What are you going to do? I'll bite
That's
you.
right.
No, I was going to come get you here in a minute.
We're in the middle
I
of
didn't
a
know
show.
Jared was with you.
Walked in like I own the place.
Yeah, right.
Because
right.
you've done that a number of
I was
times.
being respectful.
I got you,
Appreciate
boo-boo.
that. I was about to come get you.
We'll hug your neck in just a
I
minute,
ain't being
sweetie.
respectful. I thought we were supposed to do a run through.
Yeah, I called in sick. We were supposed to
did
do a
you?
run through.
Oh, he called in sick for
Where
the
are you?
So
I know where you're
not
at.
here right now.
I'm not feeling well, Jared.
Tanya brought us lasagna.
Tanya,
Let
the
me
lasagna.
put the dogs away so you can put that in
All
the
right,
oven.
he's gonna go put the dogs away. So I just want to talk with Joshua
Yeah.
because one of the
take my sweaty headphones if you want.
sweaty headphones. Ew, it's delicious sweaty headphones. They're great. So we got all kinds of. I love it when we have these discussions because the comments just stop because they're listening. It's so fun because
Or they're
just,
leaving.
well, some of them have left, but maybe only 2 or 3. But if you want to scoot over there, and Jared, you want to sit here?
Sure.
You need to get one of these. Like this would be really cool.
Yeah, it'd be better than this little.
Yeah,
thing,
because
wouldn't it?
that's disposable and this is dishwash safe. So anyway,
Is
so
that coffee, Jared?
Straight from Classic Rock Coffee.
of course it is.
What blend is that?
I don't remember.
Now, do I have to say I'm joking?
No, we don't do that on that show.
Jesus, Jones.
Which we have a T-shirt available now. I'm just saying, it's available. It
So I
is-
hear.
Did he show you the Jesus Jones?
Yes. Yes, and we should do that one like that without that logo, so we don't get in trouble because that would be awful if we got in trouble. So, Brian says he's on his way over for dinner because Tanya brought the lasagna.
Oh, Tanya lasagna.
Tanya lasagna right over here. We talked to her about 3 hours ago, and it was like we go on at 7.
She was
We're super hungry.
She was so scared to come in the door. She's like, "There's dogs here, and they're doing their thing." I'm like, "Go on in. You're good."
Oh, thank you for doing that because I was gonna get
She
up.
literally would have sat there the whole
Yeah,
time. She's
she
like,
would've.
"Maybe they'll take a break." I'm like, "No, honey, that's not how this
No,
works."
We don't break. This is a random thing. She's a good friend of ours from a couple years ago. Anyway, so Tanya with the lasagna. Tanya lasagna.
Tanya lasagna.
Tanya lasagna.
I don't know what her last name is, but now it's lasagna.
That's right.
We're just gonna call her Tanya lasagna. She's a hell of a singer.
Oh yeah,
By the way, yeah, she's freaking great.
nice.
So yeah. Anyway, so of course we know all the good singers. So anyway, yes.
I've got one thing to say because I was listening on the way over here.
Go ahead.
The nice thing about your deep dives is, multiple things, but the big takeaway for me is I've been working, for example, with Josh for the last 6 to 8 weeks. I feel like I know Josh pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't know Josh as well as you guys got to know him.
Right.
The same
right.
could be said for Paul Tomlinson. The
Yep.
same could be said for Jeff Ward. All these people that we go to a bar and we talk to and we think we know, but we don't really know. We're not really that invested. And that's the nice thing about a deep dive interview like what you guys do. That's why I don't do it on my show because
Nice.
you guys have a nice avenue for that. And it's nice for me as a treat to be able to sit back and enjoy that and listen to that and invest as a person.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. And you're like one of the only local musicians who actually listens to the show. That's fantastic. Sarcasm.
Aw.
Sorry. But
Kind of sarcasm.
but what's yes, and that's
Shots
true.
fired.
All through.
Is it sarcasm if it's truth though?
Nope.
No.
Then it just gets me flamed.
Then it's
so
just
then I'm just an
cutting truth.
asshole.
Well,
Then
Dan's not here, so somebody has to be.
Right. I'll just take his asshole place and be
Right.
an asshole. But I don't mean to be an asshole, but it is true that a lot of these 42 people have not listened to each other's interviews. But I know you two have.
Right.
Yeah.
They're missing out.
So
Which is one of the main reasons that it's like when I found out how great of a guy he was and how
yeah.
deep of a guy he was, it's like
Oh hell, I want to work with that
absolutely, yeah,
guy.
I want to work
Right.
with him.
Like you just knew each other casually, and now listening to the interview, getting to know each other, and I'm sure you're going to listen tomorrow.
Oh, I can't
at
wait.
some point.
Yeah.
So, are you ready for the next game?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see what we've got here,
It's
Josh.
Deaf
What have we got coming?
or dead? We're doing deaf or dead.
Deaf
Yep.
or
I like
dead?
it. I like
Okay,
it.
our
I
next
actually,
game.
I did come up with another new game just today. So it's always
Oh
a
my
thing.
God.
My wheels are
Awesome.
always spinning.
That's funny. That's funny. But thank you for saying that. Because
No, and
that is
I mean that
100%.
too,
That's-
because like
that's why we're doing it.
people know that for example, myself with Sunset Productions, I work with the Dirty Saints all the time. You would think that I know those guys like the back of my
Right.
hand, and I do. But there's still things to learn.
Yeah.
There's still knowledge to be gained, and just that deeper connection, and it's cool. And then you get the whole inside thing, like Kristen with birds, for example. Like if you listen,
right.
you know. If you don't, you're missing out on
It's a
something that's
thing.
really fun. Yeah,
That's right.
exactly.
It's
So
a
be a
thing.
part of the thing.
So when you see those bird pictures on her Facebook, you will understand why she's like, fuck you, son of a bitch.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever.
So
yeah.
so that was one of the takeaways on the way over. The other takeaway that I got was add to the list of living in the past, the Statler Brothers, MTV. Now add Facebook. You're living in the past on Facebook.
Right. That's right. That's right.
Who would have thought that like 5 years ago that the new trend would be MySpace?
Mm-hmm.
Dead medium.
Yeah.
But I think people are actually going to go to
We're
it.
doing it.
Yeah.
I'm already there. I
Can,
already.
can you live stream from MySpace?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's
Answer is
something, yeah.
yes. We also can live stream from YouTube, which was what we're doing right now as
Yep.
well.
That's
But
why.
yes,
Yep.
MySpace,
I think we're the same on that, but that's why I do YouTube also, so
Yep.
that we have a
Us too.
fallback. Yeah.
So what's fun is because I've done this research recently, and MySpace feels like it was just what I've read. It just feels like they've been just sitting there.
Yeah.
They've been just
They're
sitting
not
there
stupid.
waiting.
Yeah. Justin Timberlake's been
Tom,
lying in
Tom,
wait.
you know
He's
Tom.
on My day will come
Tom,
again.
that picture, Tom. You know that guy. What? You know the original Tom. You know Tom.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh.
Tom he's your first friend.
He's
on
your
my-
first friend
I
on,
was like-
on MySpace.
Yes. Yeah.
He no.
Yeah, so
not
I'm like, where do you-
no, not
Tom, where you at?
Sorry,
He's the last friend you want on MySpace.
totally. But he's just been.
They don't
sitting
allow
there.
Canadians on MySpace
They
anyway.
don't.
That's true.
He's French Canadian, by the way.
Oui, oui.
Yes,
Yeah.
from the
He
Quebec
lost all
province.
control.
He likes
Lost
his meat well
All
done.
control. But
Don't you know?
you mean there's? Oh yeah, that's funny. We got a couple of comments. Brian.
No, there
Beckford
is no
said
more
he's
to Scott Henry.
No.
No.
We all. Funny you should say that.
It's actually the same 6
Funny.
stories over and over, but they're always hysterical.
Yeah. Funny you should say that. But we're having him on soon. But-
he works.
Yes, totes, man. So like we said, we're
Hang on.
Joshua.
I've got. Go ahead.
Joshua is going to release tomorrow. Go ahead. I'm just going to.
What was one? I'm with Dan. Don't give away anything major for the thing. But what was like your favorite topic that you guys touched on? Was it like a band in the past? Was it like your hometown?
The counseling session.
The counseling
The
session.
Right,
counseling
yeah,
session
yeah.
was
Counseling
great.
session.
Yeah.
Or is that in the bonus part?
No, it's in
No.
the.
Is it in the main?
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's really good.
Explain it.
Basically, because you said asked me if you were a narcissist and put me right on the spot, and it's like
So what you're saying? This is a 4-hour
well, this
episode.
is yeah. Well, we actually
It
ended up talking
was.
about 4 hours. I think you cut it down to about 2.5.
I got to cut
Which,
it down, man.
yeah, it
But I
I
got
mean-
a free counseling session.
yeah, you got some free counseling, and so I should be a free Patreon. But I mean, how do you respond to that? You know,
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you asked that question. This is what I think. So, and I
It
don't
was
think I
actually-
pulled
my
any
favorite
punches
part
on you.
was like when it happened, we sort of had this awkward moment because I was like, well, do you think I'm this? And he was like, do you want to get into this right now?
So good.
He's like, is this what we're doing?
Yeah, it's okay.
I was like, yeah, actually I do. Let's
yeah,
see what
let's do
happens.
it. Yeah.
Because he just went there.
Yeah. Well, you work with people with disabilities. Am I one of them?
It was good.
It was. It was
It
fun.
was fun. It was fun.
I'm gonna step up and let you sit here, and I'm
I don't
gonna.
need to sit nowhere.
Well, I need to go potty, so
Audio
we're
roast?
gonna take a potty break, and we're at 1.5.
I heard audio roast. Josh,
Yes.
tell him what's next.
Brian Bentoncourt said, "Say audio roast." So there you go, Brian. Audio
Oh,
roast.
Say audio.
Audio roast.
Say audio roast.
Audio roast.
Audio roast podcast,
The Audio Roast Podcast.
where we believe Hootie and the Blowfish is a grunge
That's
band.
mother.
And Jesus Jones.
And Jesus.
And Jesus
Jones.
Jones.
I almost made. I just didn't have time today, but I was gonna get that meme creator
Yeah.
and get that Jesus Jones photo and do an audio roast podcast like where Jesus Jones is no.
It would have been funnier if it were like death metal and he had Jesus Jones
Right.
on there.
I was gonna do a picture of Hootie and do one of those memes that says, "If you think you love grunge and don't know who these guys are, you don't know who you're talking about.
Oh,
It's never gonna die."
I'm good
Jared.
with that. I'm good with that.
Oh my
Fuck
gosh.
you all. Start your own podcast.
Yes, that's exactly right.
That's right.
You swing. If you
think you
don't
can do it
swing, you'll
better?
never hit a home run. If you swing one too many times, you'll never hear the end of it.
What was it? Babe Ruth like had the biggest strikeouts.
Yes, he did.
That was
Yep.
his thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, Jared's shooting for the fences. That was a joke. I'm joking. I'm joking.
We're joking, people.
Anyway, I don't know. We're getting close to like a good.
No, you ain't. You got another 20 minutes in you.
I don't know. I mean, unless you got something you want to talk about.
Yeah, Josh, tell them what. So Dan and I have this thing where I always come in and I have to plug our stuff. So go ahead and I'm not gonna be that guy this time. So
I think we're doing disco.
You're
of
here.
1978.
You're actually here, dumbass.
Yeah, but he likes to put
But
me
one
on the
time I
spot.
tried to take a
We're
break,
doing
right.
it. Yeah. We're doing disco of 1978, and we got Tony DePlastis on.
Mhm.
And who's the other one?
Kanita Silva,
Kanita.
Kanita.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Miss
I am
number one.
looking- I'm
One
looking
or
forward
two?
to-
She was
Her
Tara
recorded
and I-
one, released two.
Number two.
Yeah.
We were
Yep.
one because we're so narcissistic. but-
Yeah, we're so
Right. Well,
narcissistic.
same with my
were
wrestling
number one.
podcast.
But you got to
Same.
introduce your podcast, and
Yeah.
the best way to introduce
It was that
is
kind of
you
it.
guys,
So Kanita was our
This had
first
to be our
guest.
first
Yes.
interview,
Yeah.
and it's a great interview.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
pretty
Holy
fun.
cow.
Some
Very good.
deep, dark stuff in
There
that
is
one.
some stuff, and she was like, "I'll tell everything." It was
Yeah.
fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
And the
it was great.
sweet Southern voice, just saying
Yep.
all this stuff.
Yep.
I was like, oh my
Her voice was
gosh.
hero.
Well, and also, and even to Jared's credit here, because he's talked to us about like you should do some, sort of follow-ups and kind of get with people because it is fascinating to me that Kanita was basically our first interview, and to see her now
Mhm.
Right.
She's killing
compared
it.
to what
Oh,
she
dude.
was when we
Yeah.
interviewed her.
Yeah.
Not that she was,
Right.
I'm not saying that negatively. I'm just saying the
She's
way
made a lot of good
she's
changes.
grown and got married and made a lot of changes,
Gypsies
and
are killing it.
she walks in the room now like
Yep.
freaking she's the
It's a whole different person.
oh
Yeah.
man. And I'm not saying it was because of our podcast. I'm not
Oh, yeah, you can
suggesting
say that. You can
that.
say that.
But
Jesus, Joe.
I would be interested in hearing if some of what we did in that interview was
Yeah.
something that kind of made her feel like I'm not actually that.
It's cathartic. Yeah.
There is
And
a
your podcast has branched me out. A lot of people that I never even thought of playing because for the last 20 years, I've been playing with the same like 5 or 10 guys.
Right.
Now I'm hearing about all these other musicians, and now
Mhm.
I'm meeting all these other
And
musicians
you're playing
because
with
I'm not
currently-
playing with other with people that I have been playing with for the
Yeah.
last 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm playing with Wago and Travis Wickman and Aaron Gabrielle. So I'm introduced to this whole new group of people.
yeah.
And these people that know me from the podcast, from my comments on your show, are coming to our shows because they know me from.
The sarcastic comment guy.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And can this guy really play bass?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that, but he can sure move.
I sure can.
I'll say this. I'll be a little boopy here for a minute. I've seen you play before.
Mhm.
And I probably was just at the bar getting my drinks and Joshua Poole. And when I saw you in Identity Crisis, Tara actually, she can, because she's the one that made a comment. Anyway, the other night when Identity Crisis played, and that was at Shuffle, and that was post our interview.
Right.
I saw you completely fucking different.
Yeah.
Like, it's interesting that I was actually at that Greg X Volt show at Cartoons. I didn't know you played with him.
No.
I didn't know you then.
Right.
And for me, especially my love for Greg, I didn't care.
No,
who the
you
bass
didn't
player
care about
was.
who the bass player.
Well,
No one cares about.
I didn't
the
know who
player,
Paul-
except the bass player.
I didn't know who Paul Carson was either. I was there fixed on Greg.
It's hard not to look at Greg when he's performing.
Yeah, but I mean, even your Paralandra days and everything else, it wasn't that I don't care or something. It just was like, I don't know who that
I'm
guy
here
is.
for Greg, and I understand.
But
that.
then when I saw you at an Identity Crisis, Tara was the one that came. What, the next day we were hanging out, and she was like, "Josh, like he goes for it."
Yeah.
Like, I was like, "Oh, I never noticed that about him," but I was definitely keen to you that night because we had just talked to you a few
Right.
days before that, and it was really interesting to see the way you play and focus on the way you play.
Yeah.
Because I had just gotten this whole story from you.
Right.
It was really
You
fun.
you see him through a different lens now that you know.
I do you too.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
you too. I've seen you since we've talked, and
Right.
and whether it be your podcast actually, or other little things that you've done performing since then, and I'm just like, I get where he's at when he
Right.
sings. It's
Well,
been
and here's the thing too. And
wonderful for me.
this is not to take anything away from you. This is actually to compliment you as well. It's one of those things. We've been cooped up now for almost a year with COVID and stuff. So you're going
Right.
to see a lot more people that are like Joshua Poole that are going to get up there and be like, "This is why I deserve to be here. This is what I've missed out on. I'm bumping my game up."
Yes.
And if you're not, you're doing it wrong.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. No, that's the truth, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be kind of neat, when people say like, "Oh, everyone's bitching about 2020. What's one of your good things?" Well, I think one of the good things is that we are all exactly what you just said, getting to a point where if I do get a chance to play, then
I'm not going to half-ass it.
I'm not gonna
Right.
half-ass it anymore because I took
Yep.
that for granted back in
Yep.
the day when you could just get however many people there.
Right.
It doesn't
I mean,
matter.
it's been at least 9 months since I've been on stage.
Yeah.
And I'm on my own show.
Yeah.
So I was itching for it. And also, I broke with those guys. Not that I'm not playing with them anymore. It's just I couldn't play with them. So
Right.
other opportunities availed themselves to me. So,
Right.
you know, and knowing these people from your podcast, knowing Aaron Gabrielle, I went into that band knowing who she was. If you
From
listen
the
to her
interview.
podcast,
From the
you know who she is.
Right.
Yeah, so I know went in eyes wide open, knowing what her passions were and knowing what's gonna make this thing work.
That's
knowing that
awesome.
she's gonna be an entertainer and she's gonna put it on stage every night.
Yeah.
And she doesn't half-ass anything. So,
Right,
I mean, I
right.
know that and that's the type of performer I want. to
And it
be
became
with.
part of the reason why you were comfortable to say yes to trying out with that band.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know that it's
It's very cool.
gonna be a very freeing type of band. You
Yeah,
know, it may
yeah.
not be perfect and it'll be something different than what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, love the Dirty Saints, love all the cover bands, but this is a cover band coming in at a different angle.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted.
And you knew that going into
I
it
knew that going into it
because of
Aaron.
listening
Yeah. And
to her episode.
and seeing all the other guys that are doing something completely different that
Yeah.
they're doing.
Yeah.
It's
now.
very
So,
cool. Back to Jared's point about bringing it now, because it's like we might not get as many opportunities.
Right.
Boot actually just booked our first show.
nice.
In a year.
Yeah, we haven't played in well over a year.
Valentine's Day of 2020 was our last show.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we booked February 5th.
November 19th of 2019 was my last show.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
We were the same way. We just kind of laid low. Like, I'm not even going to push it.
Yeah. Let's
So
just,
we were just like, fuck it. So then the other night we like basically booked a boot show. And what I was getting at though is now for the next 6 weeks, we're like, let's
shit. Let's bring it.
let's make a good show. Like, I've gotten up before and been like, I'll just play the piano and she'll just sing and nobody fucking cares. Now it's like, I don't know how many more
I've
times we're going
missed
to
this,
play.
yeah.
Right.
Let's try to let's bring some stuff. You
Yeah,
know?
Bring it bigger.
Yeah, when you're playing 2-3 years, Fridays and Saturday nights, or Friday and Saturday nights,
Yeah.
that gets to be a chore at times. I mean,
Mhm.
you can still find love in the music, but there becomes a process and just a job aspect to it, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And when that's pulled from you,
And then you're
and-
like, oh, why didn't I relish in
right,
that
exactly.
more?
Should have tried a little harder.
God
Yep.
damn, I love playing Friday and Saturday.
I'm still glad I got drunk out of my mind in Machine Gun Symphony, though. I'm still actually glad I sabotaged it and made it horrible.
You sabotage it.
Is that because it freed up your time to start a podcast?
Yes, that's exactly
Totally.
right.
Yeah. Right on.
Once I had free time, I was like, yeah, I'll do something else.
Yeah, it was all
Doesn't bother
planned.
me a bit.
Totally planned. There was no wondering what the hell was going on. No, it was
You
totally
were
planned.
playing the long game. They'll get rid of me one of these days.
That's
And it worked
exactly
out.
right.
It worked out.
I'm surprised I didn't do it sooner. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm very
totally.
It was my plan.
Now, if you're fired, they have to give you a severance, right?
Right.
That's right.
There was no severance.
I almost sued him for severance.
Nah, you did not. You
I
talked
almost did.
about
I
it.
talked to people.
You talked to people.
Huh?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Beer.
no, just like I
Maybe
mean,
in Bud Light.
from here on out, I should still get a cut of the door, even if I'm not in the band.
Right. Because I designed this and
I
blah, blah,
built
blah.
this band, motherfucker.
Oh, you
I built this city.
you said that to Jay Stevens when he was on the show. You
Yeah, I
actually
probably
said
did.
you owe me
I'm-
royalties. 'Cause
I'm actually not making a joke. I checked on it.
He
Right.
can pay you in body glitter.
you're
Yeah.
actually getting crowds because of what I started. And he's like, fuck yeah. And that's never happened.
No, I didn't.
Currently, that is the same thing.
I didn't pursue it. Yeah, I didn't pursue
Right?
it.
Hi, Jessica. Jessica says, hi. She just got here. How are you doing?
Where
Anyway,
you been, Jessica?
Where you been? Working or something, or taking care of a little baby? I don't know. That's crazy. So what do you think? What do you think?
I think it's time to start thinking about wrapping it up.
I think so,
and
too.
I love that Joshua, you came by tonight, and
Yay.
I'm very excited about this release of your interview tomorrow.
8 a.m. tomorrow morning.
We had a great time doing it. We had a great time, and you haven't even got to hear it because you're not a
No.
patron. But my, but
He's
my,
like, "Damn it."
You know,
my street talk about the nuclear power plant is fucking hilarious,
It's
and it's in the
great.
interview.
So you'll hear
my
that.
my mom's gonna listen to it.
Yeah.
Did I say anything that's gonna make her upset? Or
Your mom?
yeah,
No, I don't. I
okay,
don't think so.
I don't
Yeah, we didn't even let you preview it, did we?
We did
We were
not.
just like,
We
oh, we're
didn't.
doing it.
No,
Yeah.
I think
No,
it was
I-
good.
No, that's trust. That's a lot of
That
That's
is a
trust, but I
lot of
also
trust.
think it was really good. I think it was just beautiful. You're just a
Yeah.
beautiful human. So,
Oh well, thank you.
you know,
Yeah.
I think it was great. It was
No,
great.
it was all kinds of good stuff.
Good.
I think you're gonna be okay. With
Yeah,
it.
and the street
Alright.
talk stuff is fun.
The
It's
street
super
talk
fun.
is funny.
Yeah,
And that has nothing to do with you. So if your mom hears something like off color, then she won't worry about
Right.
it. So it's all right. Maybe it could be. Could be.
Yeah.
Right on.
Jared's part of the street
we're all
talk.
still trying to please
So-
our parents, aren't we, Dan?
Yeah, that's right.
Before we kill it, Mark is actually says, "Who's the lady in the background against the wall?" Tanya, come here.
Tanya,
Tanya,
you gotta at least say
Tanya.
hi.
This girl is one of the best singers in town that nobody even knows about.
Hi, guys.
Yes.
Yeah, listen to you.
Hi guys.
I said I would be nice, and I'm going to stand over here, and I'll just stand in the back and be nice.
No.
Tanya Heiser is a wonderful, wonderful
She's-
singer.
A
These-
wonderful singer.
We met her at the
At
Friends
Friends
karaoke.
karaoke.
That was the
Yeah.
Rock Idol,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Rock Idol contest.
And
I-
you placed in that
handled
some
that.
bitch, didn't you?
And
Yeah.
Mama stood up and was like, "That's."
I was a
all
judge.
I
We were
need."
both judges, weren't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
we were both judges that
But
night. That's when we
This
met.
is the whole thing right here. Mama was
Ooh.
everything.
I love Miss Tanya. She is the
Tanya brought us some dinner,
Yeah,
which we're
she
gonna
did.
go.
We're gonna go partake.
I guess, and he said to me outside, "Lasagna Tanya." Thank
Yeah,
you.
lasagna Tanya.
Now she's lasagna Tanya. So,
Lasagna Tanya.
So she's hanging out with us tonight.
but once
Sorry,
again,
I wasn't trying to. Get
No,
in.
we-
No, you're fine,
but
buddy.
I was gonna ask you to talk for a second, but also we had Mark ask who you were. So I was just like,
so here's who I am. I'm one of these people who just loves all of the entertainment and everybody that does everything, because people like me, we don't have a voice, but they give us a voice, and they have this podcast and they do all of this. And I'm sure I can have a lot of stories for you, but right now what we're talking about is all these wonderful musicians and everything that goes here. Now you want to hear some crazy stuff? Y'all talk to me later.
We're going
Y'all
to.
holler at me.
We will.
We'll get that podcast later. Be like, woo! That girl in the back, woo! We want to talk to her. But
We're gonna
but
have
for
you.
right now. you
There's
have
Aaron and
all of
Gabrielle.
these
And yes, you are an
beautiful-
incredible singer, and don't play that down because you are one of the best in town that is literally unsung.
Yeah.
Literally unsung. You need to be singing,
And
girl.
this is why I love these people,
Mm.
because when I first met them, they gave me that opportunity to have my voice that I've never had. But I listen to their podcast when I can because
You're
got that
busy.
94 we
Your babies,
But
grandbabies.
I was in the back like, I'm gonna be quiet. She was like, be quiet.
I was like, we got a show to do.
Shh, I'm be
And
quiet.
she's like, all right, I'll bring
Like,
some lasagna.
And he said, come on, lasagna Tanya.
All right.
Lasagna Tanya.
This girl.
Lasagna Tanya, so that's my name.
All
We will
right.
go live
Yeah.
sometime when we're hanging out and hear this girl sing because
Yeah.
she's fans.
And we're also going to
fantastic.
interview
Guess
her.
what?
We've been
'Cause I
planning.
came here
We've been planning it
tonight
a
to
long
listen
time.
To my mama sing with her beautiful silver fox.
Mwah.
Love it, silver fox, and that's what I came to do. But lasagna Tanya is my name.
All right.
That's right.
So good. So good. Oh, good.
All right, guys. Anything else?
I think we're good. Tune in
Thinking
tomorrow
about wrapping it up.
or just look for his podcast to erupt tomorrow morning.
Could you hit the blue button second down?
Second down. And we need a little volume on it. There it is. What did you want to say?
I had an idea for a closing segment for the Unsung Screamers here.
Yeah.
As I'm sitting back here, we should have a what's on our feet segment.
Oh, no.
Okay,
yeah.
I'll go first.
Check it out.
I'll
No.
go first.
No. Oh,
Herman Munster.
that's actually great.
All day. I got this all day. Hold up.
What's on our feet?
That's it. Hold
What's
up.
on our feet?
I got this all day.
I don't think
I got this
Tara's
all
got
day.
the Crocs. She's rocking the Crocs.
in honor of Shane Jennings, I got my Crocs. Look at me with my Crocs on.
The video doesn't do mine justice.
But those are
they're
freaking
so
great.
big.
That's a nice. Good call. Good call, Jared. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you next Thursday.
Check out Joshua Poole's interview tomorrow morning on the Unsung Dreamers on iTunes and anywhere else you find podcasts.
That's right.
Be looking forward next week to Jonna Volt's
John of
coming out next
Alls.
Friday. It's going to be a
Next
lot of
week.
fun. And for you patrons, you get some extra stuff from Josh Poole tomorrow morning.
That's right.
And thank you so much to Jared Isaacs from the Unsung, from
Unsung, whatever.
the Unsung
The
Audio,
Audio
Roast podcast.
Roast podcast.
And his major league, like the guy who does everything
His Girl
for him.
Friday.
Yeah.
Pod
his,
boy.
his pod boy,
and pod
Joshua
god.
Poole.
Man.
And Lasagna Tanya. It was
Lasagna
so good to
Tanya
talk
right
to
over
you.
here. Good night, everybody. Kimberly, good night.
We'll
Chet,
see you guys.
Good night. We'll see you next time. And also, by the way, just go check out unsungdreamers.com and go to the shop. And there's all kinds of fun stuff you can buy over there. Of course, I'm going to promote that. And if you want to support
Like the
the show,
Unsung Screamers coffee cup.
Unsung Dreamers is on Venmo and Patreon and PayPal and the Cash App. If you want to support us and help us out, that'd be great. If you don't, just tune in every Thursday right here, 7 p.m. Central Time, USA.
Bye.